Hi everyone, Morten Ostad here with another unboxing. Tonight, the rest of Norway are most likely sitting down to watch a certain football match. But I am sitting down here, hopefully with you joining me, to unbox the new Metallica Reload Super Deluxe Edition. Those of you who have followed me for a while have seen me do a couple of these unboxing by now. I have all the box sets, so I was not going to let this one slip away. I did buy it the day it came out, which was Friday. But today is Tuesday and I've finally gotten around to it. Reload, of course, anyone who knows Metallica knows the story. We got the old Black Album and the world was never the same. And the time passed and everyone was hoping for a new Metallica album, and when it arrived, I guess it took most people by surprise or even shocked people. Load was not a continuation of the Black Album, I think it's safe to say. But it was a, let's call it amalgamation. It was a coming together of Metallica as a band who had matured, progressed. Four guys who, through years of touring and struggling and getting this thing, they developed as musicians and human beings, and they wanted this to be reflected in the music. And I remember I was very surprised, and was I dismayed? Probably. Why wouldn't I be when so many other people were? And then a year went by, and I think I grew to like Load. But I personally must say, when Reload appeared, that I liked that one more. And I remember a friend of mine in Denmark. I was pleased that someone else also agreed that we actually liked Reload better. So I've revisited these albums over the years, of course, and I'm kind of fond of them. It was a good time in some sense for me. After my father passed away, I moved to Denmark and I went to some school there and stuff. And so those Metallica CDs, of course, from back then, are very much part of that time in my life. And I guess I was a little bit convinced in my own mind that Load and Reload would be a Super Deluxe Edition where they put the two albums together for some reason. Reload was to some extent recorded during the process of recording Load, but they then went on tour after releasing Load, and some work was done afterwards as well on Reload. And it is, of course, also known for the fact that it has a contribution from a different singer, which was Marianne Faithfull. So here is the beast. Picked this up at Platekompaniet here in Oslo, where I asked them to set it aside about a week before release, just to make sure. And I was glad that I got the box also in the box with the Metallica logo on it. I don't know why I'm happy about that. I have the previous one. I have not saved the other boxes for the other Super Deluxe boxes. So it does take up room and everything, and hopefully I will never have to part with this. So I'm just gonna cut open the lid, and then we'll dive into this. So, opening it up like this, and there is the logo of the day, and here is the box contained therein. So I have gotten the big box out of the cardboard there, and still with the shrink wrap on. I'm just gonna read quickly from the hype sticker. So it's Reload Remastered. It says 1697.47. 15 CDs, 5 LPs, plus 7-inch, 4 DVDs, 236 unreleased tracks, and loads more. It includes the Reload album remastered on 180-gram vinyl and CDs. The Memory Remains 7-inch single, Ministry of Sound triple live LP, 4 CDs of demos and rough mixes, 10 live CDs, 4 live and behind the scenes DVDs, plus lyric folder, Give Me Fuel poster, fixer push-head print, 3 tour laminates, Rorschach test cards, 10 guitar and bass picks, fully loaded sticker, and a 128-page book, filled with never before seen photos and stories from those who were there. So there we are. There is your hype sticker. And the cover. And all the contents on the back. So, of course, this studio album marked, let's say, an end to, I guess, the classical era of Metallica. I was a big fan of Jason. And, of course, we know what happened to him and his time in Metallica afterwards. I just thought that he was very Mr. Metallica, even though he was a later arrival. Just the type of person that really that I sort of really got. Even though I'm part Danish, I guess I don't know, Lars Ulrich and the other guys. Yeah. But I love the music. I love the whole period up to this point. And to me, Metallica afterwards is a different creature. And I'm not going to dive into too much about that. This is an unboxing after all. So I'm trying to be a little careful here because I feel that I am smushing the hype sticker. And I am one who do try to save hype stickers. So again, here is that now loose content sheet. Put that aside for now. And the hype sticker, I think I managed to avoid ripping it. Here is the box now without the glare of the old shrink wrap there. Looking very nice. And there is that. Yeah, let's call it the alternative Metallica logo on the back there. So. How do we open it this time around? So it's magnetic on the side there. So instead of like so, we go like this way. And here we have the content, which I will now take out individually so I don't drop this rather heavy piece of heavy metal. So first of all, we have the vinyl album. Now I have a later reissue of, well, Black Album and Reload and several of the later albums. I never owned this on vinyl back in the day. My last vinyl was And Justice for All. I had already switched to CDs when the Black Album came out. So here we are. And we have a gatefold with various photos and the songs. So, side 1, Fuel, The Memory Remains, Devil's Dance, and The Unforgiven 2. Side 2, Better Than You, Slither, Carpe Diem Baby. Side 3, Bad Seed, Where the Wild Things Are, Prince Charming. And side 4, Low Man's Lyric, Attitude, and Fixer. And we have an insert. And there is your record with a nice inner sleeve. Now my experience has been that they do put the main album, the studio album, in nice inner sleeves. And then the live albums and any other vinyl in the box sets, they keep in the cheap kind that we in the vinyl community aren't too fond of. And I've had to replace those. And I now realize I don't have any good inner sleeves, so I have to buy more of those. And the record is as such. Yeah. Looks like you could do with a little bit of a cleaning. As you can see, it's one type logo on one side and the other style on the other. There. And they now come with Metallica's own blackened logo, label logo. So next inside this box we have the 7-inch of The Memory Remains. And it comes in a plastic sleeve with the single looking like this. So there we have a combination of both logos on top of each other. Decide For Whom the Bell Tolls. Haven't heard it yet mix. Okay. Det kan sgu måske være Lars' idé. That might be Lars' idea. And put that aside. And then we come to very cool looking Metallica Ministry of Sound 97. Live at Ministry of Sound, London, England on November 13th, 1997. By which time I was living in Copenhagen. Looks very cool. Nice silver and black going on here. And yeah, I won't go into the track listing on the live stuff and all that, or we'll be here until tomorrow. And it is very nice indeed. And I've enjoyed that they've also, sort of, that they have brought in Jason for these, working on these, and he did the unboxing for this one. I think it was Kirk who did the previous one. I think Jason did the Black Album unboxing as well. This time around, they have splurged, and we've gotten nice inner sleeves on the live album as well. So that is appreciated. I'm really happy they've done that. Because I'm not saying I have my complaint was heard, but maybe someone's complaint was heard. I mean, you're buying a I don't know how much this is in the US, but here it cost close to $300. You know, and those, I don't understand why you would save the pennies on something like that. So that's really cool. I'm looking forward to listening to that. You know, for the, it is sometimes a bit cumbersome opening these things up. So I do tend to go to my, let's call them regular Metallica studio albums. But when I do open them, it's been mostly to play the live stuff. I haven't had a working DVD player. I have Blu-ray, both in the old, you know, the regular sense of the word, and in my PlayStation. But I haven't been able to play regular DVDs for a while. So I brought up an old DVD player from Denmark, and my intention is to play all the DVD stuff in the last couple of boxes and this one this summer. We have a download card, and what I usually do with these is I have a good friend in South Africa that I tend to share those with. And here is, yeah, well, just like we've had in, I think, all of them now, we get this folder which contains copies of, you know, original sort of studio lists and lyrics and titles, various worksheets, I suppose, and yeah, they save those, and inside there are also some reproductions of autographs and doodles and so on. Next up we have some, I think, yeah, this is a sticker, which I think, now I got it. It goes like this, and very cool artwork here, as per usual. Here we go. And the poster. Give me fuel. That's very cool. And next up we have, I suppose you could call it one of the main attractions of these things. Usually are for me anyway. It's the coffee table book for Reload. So here we go. I really enjoy going through these. And I have some other Metallica books, and you know, the book for the Master of Puppets tour, which they released separate to the box set back when they released the box set for Master and Puppets, which also included a book. So Bob Rock on Recording Load. There's the band, 97, 98. With their much discussed short hair. Wow, people were really up in arms about that. That was like some sort of massive betrayal to certain people. Yeah. So yeah, you got Bob Rock, and there's your obligatory tape boxes photo. Here we have what seems like a the work schedules for the recordings. Randy Staub on Engineering Reload. And here are the boys, looking like they've grown up a bit and bought some nice houses and started families and probably changed their approach to things a little, like you do when you grow up. And not all people were necessarily on board with that, I guess, back then. Jason Newsted on the Reload Experience. I guess that's the first thing I'll be reading. I want to preface this by saying that on November 3rd, 2024, I went out on the deck of our cabin in the Adirondacks on a brisk autumn afternoon with no distractions, and I listened to Reload for the first time in 27 years. Wow. Yeah. There's the guy. I always thought he seemed like such a cool, super good guy, good dude. So for me, Metallica after he disappeared was not the same. I know a lot of people have said to me they don't understand that, and other people agree. So there you go. This was Anton Corbin on Photographing Reload. Now, funny, I am also a very big Depeche Mode fan, so when I heard that they were working with Anton for the aesthetics, it was a weird way of my two very different musical worlds coming together in a way. Yeah, look at these. Those are great photos here. Lars. It's funny I say Lars. I mean, of course, Lars. So yeah, more great photos. Not showing you the entire book, guys. We have Danny Clinch on Photographing Reload, or The Day I Met Metallica and Nearly Got Torched by Pyro. So yeah, photographs by a different photographer. Very different. Is this somehow... I'm not going to... Yeah. Dana Brandwine recalls with the help from Mark Reiter. Howard King, the lawyer, on the Million Decibel March, also known as the Reload pre-release show. Tony Smith, the tour manager on the Reload tour, also known as Pour Retouring on Me. Oh, that's very nice. George Capellini, the label guy on the Reload acoustic radio broadcast, also known as Don't Call Us, We'll Call You. Sue Tropio, the day-to-day manager on the Reload era. Some more black and whites. Greg Perloff, the Bay Area concert producer on the Bridge School Benefit Concert and 40 years of working with Metallica. There we go. Danny Lockwood, the electric video guy on the Memory Remains video. Jeff Yeager, the Met Club guy on Discovering Metallica. Kenny from South Park on his cap, and I just realized how old South Park is. There's various tour photos and items. Dan Brown on directing the Reload show. More great photos here. Signe Birkedal, the Danish promoter on the Reload album release party and the Grey Hall in Copenhagen. They look so healthy during this period, you know, with their nice hair and they look trim and sporty almost. You know, I kind of like that period for them. Their skin looks healthier. Wayne Isham. A lot of cheering and screaming outside. Might be someone who's scored a goal. Wayne Isham, the video director on the Fuel video. Cool picture of Kirk there. There's Jason again. Another nice group photo there. And we have loads of, content and stuff in the back there. And now we're down to the CDs and DVDs. Let's quickly try and go through these. So, the album, showcast, riff, demos, session takes, rough takes, and alternate stuff. Shadowcast, sorry, it was Shadowcast, disc 3 and 4. Let's see if we get them in the right order. And we got Escape from the Studio 97 live at the Reading Festival in the UK, in England. And we got Poor Acoustic Time, Me, 97, Bridge School plus Virgin Radio. Plus KSJO's Don't Call Us, We'll Call You. Kirk looking very... I know, kind of looks like he dressed him himself and then sort of regretted it. And then we have Poor Australia Me, 98, live at Brisbane Entertainment Centre in Brisbane, Australia, April 20th, 1998. So just 2 years before I was in Australia. And Poor North America Me, 98, that's the Giant Stadium. East Rutherford, New Jersey, July 17th, 1998. The last of the CDs is Poor Retouring Me, 97-98. That's the soundboard tapes. And then the rest are DVDs. We have Studio Shit, plus music videos, plus TV appearances. We have Poor California Me, 98, live at the Shoreline Amphitheater, Mountain View, California, August 30th, 98. And we have Poor East Asian Me, 98. That's live at the Olympic Gymnastics Arena in Seoul in South Korea on April 24th, 1998. And finally, we have Band in Philly, 97, live at the Core States Complex Parking Lot, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, November 11th, 1987. No, sorry, 1997. 97. Here you go. And finally, we have a few extras. We have Metallica guitar and bass picks. And I don't think I'll open these. They come... Yeah, they look more or less like in the previous one. They come with the two logos. And some of them say give me fuel. Some of them got like little figurines on the back and stuff like that. We have a couple of, what do you call them, lanyards? These are, I suppose, are, access cards to concerts. This is Poor Retouring Me. And we have also Poor Retouring Me, but with a, they both have like a shiny Metallica logo on them, which is there, if you can maybe make it out. And one more, Across and Under. So this is from Australia. Here you see it better. And we have this, which contains something. So last week or so, one of the things that's also sort of kept me from opening is this, is that I just 2 weeks ago I got Metallica's Garage Inc., which I felt was the one sort of record missing from my Metallica studio album vinyl collection. And because I've been away mostly for the past 7 weeks, I sat down and listened to this, and that sort of made me to wait with the box until I've listened to this more. Yeah, so like you see, it's a small box with, I don't know what. Let's see what it is in here. Oh yeah, I guess these are the Rothschild test cards. With so it's the song titles on one side, looks like that. Here we go. I don't know how these were originally presented, if they were they sort of hidden behind the lyrics or something. I don't know. Or was it done for this box? You could tell me in the comments if you know. And the final one is Fuel. Here we go. So guys, if you're still watching, that was the unboxing of this fantastic Super Deluxe box. Again, they stayed within the sort of the lane as far as the other one goes. There are some changes from the earliest ones. I like the fact that there's now photos on the live stuff and the CDs, and not just the white with the black writing on it. And no cassettes, which I do remember there was earlier on, wasn't there? The stock, the last show they did in Sweden before the accident. Yeah. So anyway, guys, if you watched this far, thank you so much. If you have any comments or thoughts about this box set, I would be happy to hear from you. If you want to click like, that does help my channel, and if you want to subscribe, well, that makes me happy. So I hope to see you guys soon in another video, and if you have this box set, I do hope that you're going to enjoy it a lot. I'm sure I will. So hope to see you guys soon in another video. Take care, guys. Bye bye.